Oh, shoot. Testing, testing. Okay.
Olá, boa noite. O programa de hoje é dedicado a Whitney Houston. Começa
vaccinati e immunizzati, vaccinati e invaccinati. Virus di qui, virus di lì, liberami, liberami. Virus di qui, virus di lì, liberami, liberami.
Make that money count. All I want is a check. Make that money count. All I want is a check. Make that money count. All I want is a check. Make that money count. All I want is a check. Make that money count. All I want is a check. Make that money count. All I want is a check. Make that money count. All I want is a check. Make that money count. All I want is a check. Make that money count. All I want is a check. All I want is that neck. All I want is that vest. Bust down that Lex. Get bust at tryna flex. Get money, niggas say less. Get money, niggas say less. I used to shop, pay less. Now it's 100 bands on my wrist. I used to shop, pay less. Now it's 100 bands on my wrist. Get money, say less. Get money, say less. I used to shop, pay less. Now it's 100 bands on my wrist. All I want is a check. 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 Make that money count. All I want is a check. Make that money count. All I want is a check. Make that money count. All I want is a check. Make that money count. All I want is a check. All I want is a check. Drink champagne, nigga. You hear me, nigga? That's my ninja. All I want is a check, my nigga. All I want is a check, my nigga. All I want is a check. Make that money count. All I want is a check. Make that money count. All I want is a check. Make that money count. All I want is a check. Make that money count. All I want is a check. Make that money count. All I want is a check. Make that money count. All I want is a check. Make that money count. All I want is a check. Make that money count. All I want is a check.
Uh-oh. I was wondering what was... Gotta start soon. Started already? Yeah.
Up on their YouTube page. So that is WX8BK, the night train. Then on Fridays with Yoshi, through Tezos Commons, we have Artsy Friday, where Yoshi interviews a creative from somewhere around this lovely ecosystem of ours about their practice in depth. I myself was interviewed very recently, a couple of weeks back. If you would like to catch up on that, I'd appreciate it. Let me know what you thought. I don't often get to talk about my work solely as like the subject of focus, and so it's refreshing when I'm able to, and grateful for the opportunity. And on the final Friday of every month, the Tezos Commons Artsy Friday community call version goes live, where folks can join and chat about what they've got going on. Anybody can come up on stage. So check all of those spaces out. Check out those communities. Follow the Tezos Artist Network account on here too. Community group of 3,800 members, which is going to need to migrate because X would rather break things that aren't broken than fix things that are. I would love if Stroke, if you're able to come up and chat about your plans for that, that would be great. But in case anybody missed it, Communities is being sunsetted. The Communities feature on X, which makes zero sense in my mind, but that's apparently what they're doing. So you have until the end of May to migrate somewhere else. Some suggestions that I have seen are Discord and Telegram, especially for the larger communities, because I do believe that there is an upper limit cap on the number of group chat participants, which is it doesn't make any sense to me because a group chat is a completely different function than a feed. Just make sure your notifications are on silent if you're in a big chat because your phone will vibrate off the table or burn its battery out in about 5 minutes. I have been in a large chat before. It gets dicey in there, but I'm sure moderators within those will keep it nice and succinct and wonderfully organized. So hopefully X, in its wisdom, will reverse this decision and just fix spaces instead. But we will see. We will see. Excellent. I see Stroke has requested. I'm bringing you up. Also, First Rain, I'm going to bring you up too because I want you to chat if you are able. And yes, let's see. Let's see.
Hello there.
Hi, Stroke. How are you?
Good. Hanging in, hanging in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So no more communities effective May 30th. As of now, that's the latest and greatest on this wonderful app. Uh, but yeah, we do have an announcement pinned up on our page here on X. Tezos Artist Network is down there. If you get a chance, go take a look. So yeah, it announces that we are needing now to migrate. We are not sure yet. It's looking like it's going to be Discord or Discord and TG, which is Telegram for those who don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure. I don't have any updates. It's we have limited amount of people like working on this, and you know how it is
Mm-hmm.
when it's just
Yeah.
us getting putting things together. But we will figure it out eventually, I'm pretty sure,
Mm-hmm.
as we always do. As of now, within the within the post that is pinned up at the top of the page, as a pinned tweet, there's in the comments there is a community group chat. Yeah, again, using this app. It holds up to, if I'm not mistaken, 350 people. I'm not sure if it's been increased. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah. It
matter.
was 350 to start, and then they said something about boosting it up to 1,000. But I really don't think that that's going to
I
do it.
personally, and I'm sure a lot can agree, I
Mhm.
personally do not like group chats because of the
Yeah.
hot mess it can become, the drama and all that stuff and the shilling and blah blah blah. And that's but already I've had to like I had somebody change the name of the group chat, change the PFP to theirs, like already the weird stuff, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And of course the shilling, and I had to change the title to read only. Maybe that'll get the message across that I'm not looking for any commenting on there.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
wonder if they
for
have a setting for like,
announcements.
yeah, I wonder if they have like an admin setting.
Nope, nope.
Oh,
I was wondering if we could like
yeah.
just pin something to the top, and no, there's nothing.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are updates coming for community for the group chats on this
Mm-hmm.
app, but maybe, maybe it'll be a good thing and we could stay here. But
Mm-hmm.
regardless, we still have to figure out where to migrate to because we can't put all of our eggs in one basket. And lesson learned.
Mm-hmm.
3.8 thousand members now have to be migrated.
Yeah.
Um, but like I said, it's doable. We'll figure it out and
Mm-hmm.
just take it one day at a time. I'm trying not to freak out too much about it. And then I was looking through it yesterday because, like, looking through the members, um, there's obviously not that much activity on there anymore because people have realized early on that posting into the communities is not what it used to be, where the and it was heartbreaking to see a lot of the people that are members have accounts that no longer exist. They're suspended accounts.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, that now it makes sense. It makes sense why it's not it's not working. The communities were not working.
Yeah. Either suspended accounts or ones that people have abandoned, like they've closed
Yes,
their account, right?
yes,
Because they've
yes.
gone elsewhere. Yeah.
But it's like so a lot of the faces and names are very familiar, and I'm like, wow, where did they go? Wow, that's right. Where did they go? But account suspended. But yeah, we're good despite all of that. Hanging in. We
Hmm.
got this.
Yeah. Well, there is a thing that I was looking at one point. I'll have to dig through my DMs on Discord. But there was a tool that allowed for cross-posting between Telegram and Discord. So you could set up a specific channel in both where the conversation could go back and forth between those two apps in real time. I'll have to see if I can find that, and maybe find somebody to help with that if that's something that is of interest.
That is so
Um,
cool. That sounds very cool. We gotta get up. We gotta get on a chat in regards at some point when the
yeah, yeah,
time is found.
yes.
Um,
You let me know when.
Nifty, my bestie, Mr. Dakota Quinn, my sidekick, and all this has been a great deal of help in getting us started with the Discord server. So we're working on it. We're working on it. And I got mi retratito also guiding me and figuring out the Telegram side of things. We'll get there.
Oh,
But thanks
good
to
luck. Good
everybody
luck.
working together. Thank you.
Amazing.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Groggy Tuesday. That's what
Mhm.
it's tough though. Yeah. When service that you relied on for so long, just kind of goes. So we are. I talked to Joe yesterday, and our messaging feature should be up and running soon in preview, the preview.teia.art. So maybe that can be part of, something. We're gonna have to see, but we do
Mhm.
have channels that you can make, and then he's hearing about your situation, stroke. He was actually testing it to see if it could potentially scale up to like 1,000 people or more. So yeah, we're gonna see. I don't know. So
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. I'm always looking for a better social media site, but I don't know where it is.
Teia, the Web3 social media
Yeah,
platform.
we'll see. I don't want to promise anything because it's so new, but yeah,
Yeah.
maybe the solution is here. And yeah, you know about it, right? We talked about it a bit. Everything is going to
Mhm.
be on chain. I don't know if that's
Mhm.
like I'm not claiming that this is the end all be all. I think there's a place for this, but you also need web 2 platforms too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like external visibility, because like otherwise we're just talking to ourselves in a room,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So yeah. There was this one app that I was really excited about. I talked about it last week, called Neptune. And the premise was that it was like MySpace and very customizable based on like if you were a writer or an actor or a musician or an artist, like you could customize how your viewers landed on your page and what they were directed to. Like if you had things for sale or if you wanted them to listen to your new music or whatever it happened to be. but I think they got bought out because they were working on it for 2 years and were in beta for iOS and were planning on beta for Android, and then they just closed up shop.
Oh,
They're like,
that's too bad.
we are no longer moving forward with this project. And I'm like, no.
That's why we can't have nice
That'd be
things.
amazing. I know.
Like I've been on Threads lately, and I know a lot of people here don't really like that place, and I understand why. But I still do think it's because they're new, right? They're only about 2 years old since they launched, and they're always experimenting with different things. There's always like little wacky new features that are sometimes interesting that they push, and like for example, for a little while you were able to do voice posts, so you would just record directly in your phone, and then it didn't work out in the end because not many people used it. I don't think most people.
Yeah, and the storage of that is enormous.
Yeah, but they were trying.
I've been contemplating ways to like record my voice and put it on chain on Tezos, and I'm just
Sometimes I feel
weeping
like
at the prospect of how much that's going to cost me, because you cannot compress sound files.
I mean, it's more harder than you think, right? But at least they gave it a shot, Maybe they thought, and it was nice to be able to use that for a while. I just wish they would have a Spaces. Like, I really do think Spaces is where it's at,
Yeah. Well, I think maybe it could be interesting to have like Decentraland Space, or like the
or a plan
Spatial, or any of those other ones.
Yeah.
Like can't remember what it's called right now.
like a plan Discord
Substrate
call to
Substrata. That's it. Yeah, Discord is okay, but like the discoverability is difficult.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's contained, like you're already there,
Yeah.
and then it's more maintenance-based participation rather than new. Like, you don't have somebody just stumbling in and being like, "What is this Tezos?" And you're like, "Well, take a seat.
Yeah.
You
exactly.
have 2 weeks."
So unfortunately, this thing is still the best thing we have,
Yeah.
which is not saying much. But I proposed to Jack Tezos because he's looking for a new project. I'm like, why don't you create Spaces on the
that's a good idea.
blockchain? And he's like, that sounds hard. I'm like, I know.
Well, maybe he can
That's
maybe
right.
he can incorporate Video Ninja, because it's open source.
Maybe.
He can, because it's streaming and it's audio. Like, you could have it as both.
I bet he could
Right.
figure out a way, but just kind of.
That would be so cool. Jack,
Jack
save
is
us
here.
from this
No,
place.
No, he's not here, but he should be here. Whoa. I don't know.
Maybe he'll listen back later. I don't know what time it is right
Yeah.
now, so might be sleepy.
I mean, that guy knows how to figure stuff out. So
Mm-hmm.
let's see.
Exactly. I'm inviting you first, Rain, in case you're able to come up, to chat about what's happening in just 2 days from now,
Yes.
for folks to be involved if they so choose.
The town hall.
But yes, I want to say hello to everybody who's hanging out. I see Kevin and Tina
You see.
and Oblokos and Lovely Nifty and Omni and Zero. And I did see Zero. Thank you for posting that link in the chat. Not here, but I'll get it to you, Stroke. Zero, I think, found the thing I was thinking of. The Telegram to Discord cross-post thing. So, because he is Zero the hero.
Zero the hero. Yeah, I'm sorry for everything, Zero. Just you know what I'm talking about. I know we've been pushing a lot of stuff on you these past few weeks, but I really appreciate everything.
Also, a reminder to both of you that Zoot is interested in working on stuff. Anything interesting? Just wants to.
Oh.
He just wants to make cool stuff.
I thought he
So,
was working with you.
Tag him. Yeah, he is. We're going to try and figure out a calendar situation.
Okay.
But like if there's anything else, just like add him to whatever Git is needed and tag him and be like, are you interested in working on this? And he might be. He might just be.
Front end, right? UI, UI UX. That's his
Both,
specialty.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's always stuff to do.
Yeah.
But-
Well, him and I, mostly him, me just sitting there and being like, what about this?
Well,
And he's
you,
like,
you need
let
that
me
too,
see.
though. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He and I were able to get screen reader capability across the entirety of the teia site.
Very
Everything that's at least
cool.
currently live now. So if anybody is non-sighted or partially sighted, or perhaps would like to just put something on in the background to read out while you're doing a different task, the screen reader is now available for you. You can get a browser extension and it will read everything aloud for you while you're navigating the
Actually, I
space.
have a list of small things that
Mhm.
need to be done. Maybe I'll send it to you later. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Who's interested? That
Or like put it in the dev channel
okay.
and tag me there
Okay, I will.
and zoot, and then be like,
Yeah, we've been
is
working
this
off
of
of
interest?
a doc for a lot of the things I'm working on with Joe, but you know, along the way we discover these little bugs or updates that we might be able to do. So that might, yeah, okay.
Excellent. We lost first rain. I'm gonna try and bring it back up again,
Nope.
at least on my screen. Maybe first rain is up here and I just can't see. Perhaps. Perchance.
Oh, this one was already fixed because, yeah. Did you notice the update to the swap page? Oh, she's up here. Well, we can talk about
Excellent. Hi, first rain. How are you?
Hello, hello.
this later. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Morning or whatever time it is over there.
6 p.m. We could call it morning. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it's subjective, you know.
Exactly. Who's to say it's not morning if you wake up at 5 p.m.? At least that's what I would think in my own mind.
Yeah.
Like, who's to say it isn't, dinner time at midnight, right? That's my life.
But mine too, actually.
Welcome. Do you want to tell the lovely folks about what is coming in just 2 days?
Well, you mentioned it already. The town hall is coming back to your town. Yeah, it's in 2 days, on Thursday, to be precise. Well, depends on the time zone, of course, but Thursday, 8 p.m. UTC, which is 4 p.m. for you, Mom. And yeah, it shall be a lovely, hopefully lovely time with, well, the community all across Tezos. Well, everyone is invited. So, like, if you are a baker, if you are a developer, artist, or just someone who likes to hang around on Tezos, join in and have a little chat with us. And if you don't like speaking, you don't have to. You can just chat away in the chat on the side, or just listen in. Whatever feels right and good to you, this is all right. And yeah, we will see, chat a little bit about the actual state of Tezos, what's going on, what do people need to feel comfortable or good. Well, good again, because I don't know, it's a lot of negative stuff on the timeline. And I think if we chat a little bit about it, maybe we find some solutions, at least for for a few of these things. And yeah. Or
Mm.
if you just need to vent about it, let it out. That's okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, venting is also a legitimate. Yeah.
Contribution method.
Yeah, especially among artists, because a lot of times
Mhm.
our voices don't get heard, and
Mhm.
it's yeah, it's important. The
Indeed. It's very much so.
Yeah, so
So
thanks.
if anybody wants to join the Discord to get ready for the town hall, there is a link in the chat in the bottom corner where you can find more information and get involved. It's always a lovely time. We've had several of these beautiful town halls that First Rain has hosted. And there's always like a really interesting topic that makes its way to the forefront during those conversations. One of the previous iterations was the Tezos News Network idea, which I still feel could use some work within the community in some form or fashion. But I feel like what folks are able to do now is at least doing something, like spaces like these, and those hosted by the Tezos Artist Network, and folks who are writing articles and other methods, participating in the Agora, all the goodies. So
Yeah, it's led to direction or an action, right?
Mhm.
Especially now, I think it's really important that we. Well, actually, the theme or the topic kind of just emerged out of the conversation itself, right? It wasn't really planned.
Exactly. Mhm.
But
Yeah, a
yeah,
little bit of guidance, but for the most part,
yeah,
open
and
and fabulous.
it's important that we communicate more because we're kind of in a time where things are changing, right? Especially in the industry.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Mhm.
the more we just talk, the better. And
Exactly.
and the people here really care, right? And so that's the main thing.
Mhm. Agreed. Amazing. Did you have anything else that you wanted to add in, First Rain, to help folks find it, or anything else that you wanted to relay?
Yeah, but you said it already. It's in Discord. You posted the link to it, and yeah, you can already join. You can also join if you can't make it to this town hall. The Discord is open even if you can't join this time. You can even post topics where you think, maybe people should talk about this. Feel free to just let us know, and we will see
Mhm.
if we can get to it. And yeah, invite people. Invite people you want to see there. My reach only goes this far, which is not far at all. So yeah.
Mhm. Fabulous. I appreciate you. And yes, everybody can join the Discord for the town hall. And the link is in the chat bubble on the bottom right-hand corner for everybody to take a peek and share it with a friend. Also, hello to Retro. I see that you have joined. Hello, hello, as well as hello, Carmelo. Welcome. Glad everybody's coming to hang out today on this Tezos Tuesday to learn things. Also, welcome into Riveter. Hello. Okay. Now, let us cover the things that I have posted in the chat. So I came across this about a week ago. Black AI sent an AI agent swarm to read the X-Algo source code. And there is a lot of really fascinating information about the source code and how it all works currently. Particularly about how the algo is predicting how much engagement you will get and assigns your reach based on that prediction. So,
You mean
an
here?
interesting, yes, an
That
interesting,
seems self-fulfilling.
yes, that is precisely what that is.
Oh my god, that sounds bad.
Yeah. So it predicts whether something's going to have low engagement and shows the post to fewer people, and predicts when high engagement will happen, and then therefore distributes
Okay.
it further.
This doesn't really change anything, honestly. Like,
No, but it
yeah.
is an interesting thing to keep in mind.
Okay.
Also talks about post times, when you post too much or too little, reposting penalties,
Yeah.
much, as well as like
Oh my
after
god.
42 hours, X's in memory, its retention window is 48 hours.
I see.
So yeah.
That makes sense actually, because this is on a different site, but I had some posts do really well, like once in a while, right? And then it would just actually after 42 hours, it's just like, bam, nothing.
Yep.
It's like.
And like sometimes I'm like, ooh,
yeah.
Ooh, somebody found a pocket. Like somebody found a tweet that I made like 3 months ago, and then it just takes off again.
Yeah, that's weird too. I don't know how that
which
works.
is interesting. It's like 2 months too late sometimes.
Yeah, it's not even
something
relevant
that's already
anymore.
closed, but yeah.
But thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. It's interesting to keep in mind for us all.
Yeah, I've been seeing weird stuff. Like sometimes I can't see replies and I'm not getting all the notifications. Even finding this Spaces was kind of a challenge. Even though I come to it every week, it should know I'm a regular. But apparently not.
I have not gotten a notification for a DM in almost 2 months.
Oh, me too.
So if you're DMing me on this app, I probably won't see it right away.
I might.
Until I
Yeah,
have the urge to peruse my DMs.
I move
and that's
my
not
DMs.
how my brain works.
Yeah, I move my DMs on either Discord or other, or God forbid, email.
Oh God.
But hey, I'm desperate. Sometimes.
Speaking of email, if folks haven't already, I recommend migrating to more, not fully, but more secure email providers and drive providers, such as Proton. I would recommend you do that within the next month. I know the next update for the AI on Google is going to be looking at it's going to scan all of your photos and documents.
Oh, like
even
Gmail
if
and
you've
stuff?
opted. Yeah. Anything that's on Google, you might want to migrate to Proton. And Proton is free. You can upgrade it if you like for extra storage. They also have a VPN available to you, and other things. So I recommend folks do that as soon as possible.
Yeah, I try not to do too much personal stuff, like even on email anymore. So, but it just steps it up, huh?
Yeah.
We are living in a dystopian world. That's just it.
It is.
That's the reality.
It is. We don't have very many examples of what post-capitalism looks like aside from apocalypse, but believe me, there are other options. So just keep that in mind, everybody. We can work towards something that is not just Hunger Games / Water World /
Hey, that's the theme of our
The
event.
Thunderdome.
That's a theme for Tezcon this year. Let's let's figure something out, okay? Like, that's not this. But
Not going to discourage anybody from preparing their bodies from for the Thunderdome, but like also
yeah,
do brain work too, because the brain is important.
true. Maybe you
Mm,
can you get smart enough not to end up in the dome, but if you
mm,
do, you might as well work out a
mm,
little. I guess I'm doomed if
mhm.
that happens. I have trouble just even doing a pull up. You know.
Mhm. Well, you could do isometrics, which is what I do.
Oh yeah.
And yep, isometrics. I recommend it, especially for anybody who is disabled or chronically ill
Mm-hmm.
and who has things like I do, which is post-exertional malaise, where the more you exercise, the weaker everything becomes, which includes my breathing muscles. But isometrics has helped with that.
What is
Uh,
that exactly?
it's core strength things.
Oh
Um,
God, that sounds so
so
healthy.
like yes, and it's not so focused on like lifting the weights or running
Mm-hmm.
like 4 kilometers. I cannot run. I do not want to cough up blood. Thank you
Yeah, I
very
mean
much.
that's a
I can
lot even.
sprint. Like if a bear is chasing me, I could sprint and survive. But I'm not a long distance
That that,
runner.
that's a lot even for like regular people. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But isometrics, you can do things like if you have a door frame, this is a good example where you push out, like you put your arms on the door frame,
Mm-hmm.
like your forearms, and you push out like that physical. You're flexing your muscles and you're working on um, developing like strength, like bone strength and
Pushing on the
muscle
door.
tone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like outwards?
yeah, outwards.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Or using like your hand to like push on the side of your head and
Mm-hmm.
pushing against your hand and pushing your hand into your head at the same time. Like that's
Oh.
and doing that for I came up with a design for that for myself
Mm-hmm.
because I have something called cervical instability, like the
Mm-hmm.
cervical spine. And since I've been doing these isometric exercises, I no longer throw my neck out randomly, which is
Mm.
nice. Because yeah, this is what connective tissue disorders grant you is
Wow.
hypermobility in the ways that you don't want it to be. But isometrics has really helped. I can now
Okay.
dance with abandon.
You'll be
I
you'll
can,
be okay in the Thunderdome, I think. You know, if you get paired,
perhaps.
especially when you get paired with a bunch of Americans who are like way out
Mm,
of shape. You know.
mm.
Yeah,
I
you're.
can lift a log that's 130 pounds and move it across the yard. So we're getting there.
Jesus, okay.
We're
you're
getting
like you're
there.
like yeah, you're what's the word? Your distribution is uneven, let's say,
Hmm. Hmm.
of your strengths, you know.
I want to get back to my leg lifting capacity because I used to be able to just casually lift 300 pounds with
Yeah,
my
I know
legs.
you told.
Yeah, just like playing video games or watching TV, just like do 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 do.
Well, you'll have the reaction time at least for sure. So
Yeah,
I've seen you play Rust or no
arc. Yeah.
Archive Raiders. Yeah, I forgot. Okay, well,
Hmm.
are,
Hmm.
are we talking about the?
We got distracted.
Yeah, no, but are we talking about the application today?
Yes, we are.
Okay,
We
I
certainly
had a
are.
few things I wanted to.
Yeah.
Um,
But I'm going to cover a couple other things before we get to that,
okay.
so that folks are aware of things going on in the ecosystem. If you missed it, on Saturday, Kevin and I hosted a Tezos DeFi space, which talked about many lovely things within that scope. So if you would like to catch up on that, you can listen back to the recording, which is available in the comments. You can bookmark it for later if you like. Yeah, really fascinating chat about the new Ushaya upgrade and DeFi liquidity needs, the Tezos X roadmap, aka Tezlink, feature of on-chain governance, and all of the lovely things that we can cover in 90 minutes. So check that out. We will likely, I'm sure, have another space on Saturday again. So keep your eyes open for that. In case you're wondering about Ushuaia, you can check out Baking Benjamin's Too Long Didn't Read
This thing going in
summary,
and out is driving me
which
nuts.
fits into
Oh my god.
the space of a tweet,
It should not be doing
which
this.
is very exciting as well. Check that out. Cinzia Gabriel PH.E has posted about a curation open call hosted by Solarchi. And it is titled, This Is Me. Identity is not fixed. It shifts, breaks, and rebuilds. Looking for work that feels personal, raw, and real. And you can drop yours below, minted on object. The deadline is May 3rd. The launch is May 4th. 10 to 15 artists will be selected. So if that is of interest, learn some more, take a peek, participate if you like. And a post from Absurdity. There we go, Absurdity. And they say, it's not even been 3 days since I've announced the Proof of Palm event, and I've already received over 50 commitments from artists to participate, with 7 works of art already minted. Listing starts on May 23rd. Details of the event below. Guidelines for participating. Create palm tree themed art. Mint with the hashtags Proof of Palm or Proof of Palm 2026. Any number of editions at any price. Event duration is from Saturday, May 23rd until Sunday, May 31st. So if you have some palm tree themed creativity that you need to get out of your brain and into the eyes of folks within the ecosystem, you can take a peek at that and do so. I'm very excited about that. Art on Tezos. NFC open call. There is an open call for a one-day screen presentation at NFC Summit. The theme of this open call is body. Deadline May 1st, 5 p.m. CET. Artwork ratio square or vertical. Submit minted works on Tezos, new or existing, by commenting under this post. The body as form, presence, or trace, physical or digital, human or abstract, gesture, identity, memory, or distortion. 3 artists will be selected, and then 3 more artists will be invited by the winners. So, add your piece into the comment section of that, which is all very exciting. Let's see. Retro has posted. I'm going to see if Retro is trying to request. Retro is not. Do you want to come and talk about this, Retro? I'm sending you a request. I'm also going to invite Kevin up too. Also, welcome into Be Skullish. Hello. And Randall. Hello. I hope everybody is well. If you haven't done so already, please like and retweet the space so we can get more lovely folks in to learn about things. The things. So many things going on. Let's hope that my app didn't just freeze. Okay, we're okay. We're okay, I think. That's good.
Yeah, we're okay. So
Okay,
far.
good. So far, so good.
The blinking post is like,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
Sorry, I called it the blinking post. The posted
Record button.
No, the pinned post at the top that you
Mhm,
see
mhm.
in the spaces. It's blinking in and out of existence, and it's driving me nuts. Just letting you know.
Excellent.
If you're on the live stream, you'll see what I mean. It's just like it shows up and then it disappears. It shows up. I don't know why. But
In and out. Yeah,
so if I'm
amazing.
just thought, let you know.
Ooh.
Kevin's up
Current.
here.
Yeah. I just wanted to comment on a post that Retro has put in the chat. Currently assembling guest collectors for the 5th round of collections on Zero Unbound art. Follow the page and make sure your art is
Oh,
listed directly on Zero Unbound.
cool.
P.S. Check the tutorial to learn how to mint fully on chain with zero contract, only on Tezos. So that is very exciting. As
Hi.
hi, Kevin.
Hello. Hey, Kevin.
One correction, it wasn't a DeFi space, it was a Tezos space.
Oh, okay, true. Well,
But we
the
should have the
subject of
DeFi.
focus was related to DeFi in
Mostly,
some
yes.
capacity. Yeah.
I mean, the problem with having DeFi space is that the only thing left is on Tezos and DeFi is my own project. Literally everything else is like gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's and so it just ends up me kind of complaining about how like we have a DeFi team at Nomadic. There is a DeFi team at Nomadic, but they don't do DeFi on Tezos. What they do is effectively now it's just working for Trilitech and the internal projects that is Metals, and for support technologies or support instances that are deployed on like other multi-chain platforms, so that they can launch an instance in which they can support these things in the most like bare bones way possible.
Yeah.
That don't really help the ecosystem. So hopefully I'll have better like actual Tezos DeFi stuff and Tezos to report on that we can have.
Yeah,
But
actually, since we're talking about it, do you know what's going on with Everstake? Like over the last year or so, I noticed there's been a shift. Okay.
Well, I mean, what do they have to do with DeFi?
Well, I guess I don't know.
It's a baker.
No, I mean they're a baker, but they used to. I just noticed that they swapped out their website like some months ago, and because I used to use it as a reference to show like, Tezos has very high staking rewards, relatively speaking, right? And then they kind of reworked the site, and all that info was gone. So I was just
that's
curious.
a very specific. I wouldn't have any idea.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
How would I know?
I don't know. You know
baker.
everything.
They're not a DeFi company, but it's so yeah. That's just one of the bakers. But no.
Okay.
So years ago when I did DeFi spaces, I mean, we would talk about all the different like exchanges on Tezos, different like algo stables that were around, different opportunities where people would start, their own internal kind of farming programs, and what we were waiting to complete the circuit of DeFi in Tezos and that kind of thing. So, but now it's like what's left is, a lot of the exchanges, like they went defunct. Upana's gone, so Tezfin is now the only lending platform. I don't know if I guess Uves is still around, but I mean that's So there's a lot of correction that has to happen, but I think what we need in this ecosystem is like everything went to hell once we started this concept of a DeFi team at Nomadic or Trilitech or whatever. I think it's shifted between different times. We used to have something very self-sufficient, but then like resources and strategy became extremely centralized and diverted towards a purpose that was just very top down and singular, and then that it divested away from those teams that really actively wanted to do stuff. It kind of pushed them aside for another thing, and then it also led to just a derailment of what needed to actually get done, which there were very clear steps to finish the circuit so that we could all get what we needed. But it's just like, no, we're doing this whole other thing that has nothing to do with it. It failed. Well, let's try something else. No, stop doing that. You're not doing it. The whole way in which you're going about this is wrong. So so I try to simplify it and say like, okay, if you can do one thing, can you do this? And then it's like these kind of no-brainer things, and even that's met with like weird resistance. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can get it panned out at some point. We're going through the same. Because I really don't want us to miss the next cycle in blockchain and growth, and we keep missing these cycles because of stuff like this.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's the same as similar story in the art world as well.
yeah.
But
Do you, Kevin, want to give a quick elevator pitch to anybody in the room about your lovely project so that they are aware
So
of it?
Tezfin is a lending platform. You can supply your Tez and borrow stablecoin like Tether or USD Tez. And then you can, it's not just for DeFi, you could just use that to like live your life and not have to sell your Tez. Um, and really, this is so it's good for any consumer. Ultimately, this should get to the point where it's replacing the functions of what you would use a bank for, um, and while letting you grow in crypto.
Mm-hmm.
Tezex is an exchange. It's tezex.io, and like a DEX, but you know. And so we're expanding both with Tezos X roadmap instances like Tezlink. And so we already have the Tezlink. Tezlink's only testnet now, so you can go and see the testnet versions of it. You can go to faucet. I should put this all in one place. Faucet.stabletez.com for testnet tokens. And then we are going to be launching some Etherlink instances to demonstrate the cross runtime uh, atomicity between them.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll complete things. What we do need is liquidity. So we need US dollar liquidity specifically in Tezfin. That's the keystone element and bottleneck. Once that's in place, everything else should really start to hum, like in the engine. That's the key ingredient. So that's what I've been pushing for. Um, but it's like trying to, I can't give an analogy that's even fair enough. But it's like you know the answer and you're just trying to tell these people who don't understand the question what the answer is. And then
yeah, yeah, yeah.
instead of acknowledging they don't even understand the question, they're like, well, how do I know if it's like, look, I can tell by what you say you don't even understand the
It's the same
question.
thing I get when I try to explain royalties to people sometimes.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Why it's important and why doing away with it was a huge mistake,
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
accountability. Yeah.
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 But
Well, and like,
they're not getting paid to understand royalties is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other problem.
That's
So
really
like so much more frustrating.
that's really the root of the
Imagine
problem,
funds
though.
that should go to the thing that you need instead go to
Yeah.
these people who don't even understand why you need it.
They're there to do a job, and they
And
don't
they're there to divert
care.
funds to
Yeah.
other places that go to things that nobody needs.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, and the fact that your project is like self-autonomous and a dApp, I think is important for people to realize as well. Like
Yes.
where like the equivalent would be a bank where you have to get approved to make choices about where you want your things to go and how you want to borrow or
Yeah.
lend. Whereas this is fully contained and the responsibility is upon yourself. So if you want to learn more, you can check it out. Where can I find it?
Yes.
Tezos.finance.
There you go.
Or go to Tezos.exchange for Tezex.
All of these things will become relevant in the near future, though, because even the spaces I did with me, Richard Tito, and Stoke Driven, and with the Spanish-speaking communities, we talked a little bit about how originally crypto was really imagined to be a tool to help the so-called unbanked, all right, people who have trouble getting access to traditional financial tools, and so that's kind of what your project is, right? In a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's like it manifests these things into tools,
Yep.
and we have these are not like unusual to the crypto world in general. Like on Ethereum, this has been around for
I know.
a zillion years.
Yeah.
They see it on Solana, you see it on others, um, and so it like we've needed it for the longest time on Tezos. So it's kind of a no-brainer to like do what every foundation does, which is get basic liquidity on your
Yeah, to
lending
do it and to
platforms.
do it in a trustworthy way, right? Because the other platforms are a little suspect, but yeah.
Yeah,
So
well, it's Tezos is you can trust Tezos better, but it's like it just it's a very strange. I cannot. It's like it's not normal to for it to not be understood by a foundation or its operating arms, like how how much of an anchor this is to everything, like the entire blockchain economy that you have. Like it does. It's like nothing without this, but it is everything when this is scaled. So, but it's like they don't even understand it. So that's what I'm fighting against.
yeah,
Um, yeah.
good luck.
Thanks.
Fight's a good
That's all I
fight.
gotta say. I mean, it's the same. We're going through the same thing with the art stuff,
Yeah,
and it's
that'll
just
help art. I mean, it's so necessary. You cannot expand art is commerce. You can't expand commerce without
yeah.
finance, and you can't expand finance without like sustainably without commerce. So they will go hand in hand. And
Sometimes they're just ahead of the time, and I think
Hmm.
it helps to just acknowledge that.
but this is like this is like post due. We're not ahead of the time. It's just
Oh, I
people
know,
are
I
that
know,
making the decisions are
because the world is
enough.
moving backwards right now.
And it's not about them being behind the time. It's that they're in another universe. It's about
Yeah.
space. It's not time. Um, I don't know. They're from a different concept of reality that
No.
I don't understand.
I mean, you're not wrong, yeah. But I'm right now, at least for me, I'm focused. Like we have to do this in a decentralized way, and then the only way that's going to happen is if we work with each other. And
We
it's
can try. It's but there is a cold start problem, and that's why you need to have initial like liquidity coming from these larger
I know.
institutions that can do it.
I've
Also, there's
been
another thing
trying.
called the over justification effect in economics, where once you do have something that's incentivized or provided for, people expect that in a community, in a society, like they get attracted to that, and then when something else doesn't have it, it's like without, and it's much harder than if everything were just like purely organic, and everyone had to start cold for everything. um
Yeah.
like we and that's actually true in Tezos too. Before there was uh any kind of incentives for any kind of DeFi, anything at all, or any liquidity plugged in from the foundation anywhere, we were actually able to generate, like in the very first DEX that existed called Dexter, after slowly but over a few months, we were able to get into the millions of dollars in liquidity, which is good on Tezos by today's standards for an exchange. And it
Yeah.
was growing. It was a very healthy. If you, I wish I could have shown those charts, like just the steady pace in which it grew and the amount of users that were growing was very, very beautiful. Then some bullshit came in and it became very, like it kind of it ruined the whole thing. But we were,
Yeah.
we were off to a good path. It's a shame.
No, I got to go back to those times.
Yeah.
I've been talking to a lot of people lately, and this is in Seattle, but I've been running into people who formerly used to do artworks on during the Hickenuk days and the during the hype, and then they still have very fond memories of those times.
Yeah, they'll
And
come back.
yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah, and then
100%.
they're like,
All
oh
of
well,
them will come back.
why did you take a break? Well, money is the one thing, of course, but the other part was like, yeah, they just got tired of the politics, and like,
It's really
yeah,
it's money.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
when you have money, you don't care about politics.
I mean, yeah, you're
So
not wrong, but it didn't
everything
help,
else is
right?
more pronounced.
Yeah, it really
That
didn't
was
help.
I remember at that time, and I remember those early months when I was really pushing people on, like back in Clubhouse days, of like, hey, there's this thing called Tezos, and you can go on this thing called Econoc and all that. Like the people who were arguing against it, what they were trying to argue is that, oh, but you don't have like enough liquidity on Tezos. You don't have a full DeFi ecosystem. You don't have a lending platform where you can have liquidity. And I'm like, and that was the one thing where I'm like, you know what? You're right. But we will get there. So you can get on the ground floor now, and like it's cheap gas, and like people were still. I was so surprised at how large things grew, despite the fact that yeah, we didn't have the economics. And I kept saying like once we get a lending platform that
Sure.
scaled up there, you won't believe it. Like you will have all of the joy you get out of all of these Tezos NFT platforms with the money and the liquidity and the success that you get off of Ethereum. Imagine best of both. You can finally do that, and it's just the timing was off, but also, and now we can do it. And now it's like, you have to be able to explain. Like you guys all understand it because you were there and you know the dynamics of this community. But like people who have like been making these decisions aren't like they come from a world where blockchains and things DeFi, they don't have communities. They don't really do that. They have people who have tokens that they just buy them hoping they'll go up, and they'll have people who participate in DeFi because of incentive programs, but they kind of live in a vacuum. And so they don't like so trying to explain the cohesion between uh, uh, finance and commerce and how these things go together is like the challenge.
Mm.
And it's and you have to really believe in Tezos. Like you have to actually believe. And so if you were here, like that because you've been a part of the community, you've experienced that joy with all the other people who have experienced it, and you know what this has been and what it can become once that missing
Mm-hmm.
ingredient is there. But it's like if you don't know, you'll just treat it like, oh well, we just pump things up as much as we can and
Yeah, well,
hope
it's
that
a
it'll stay that way,
complex
right?
picture, right? Like we
Yeah.
have a complex system where a lot of people from
And yet
different,
it's so simple.
Mm-hmm.
not
It's
simple
true.
to explain though. You know?
We
So
just need more
I've tried.
metaphors. That's my favorite
I've been
thing.
trying to
Yeah.
simplify things, but it's really hard to do
Give me
it
text. Give me text. I
without.
will simplify it.
Well,
I'm telling you. I am the original AI
If you
protocol.
or if you put something in 10 words, you're like, all right, I put it down to 10 words. Let me lay
but
them on you.
it
You're like,
feels
oh,
like it's dumbing
I
it
don't have
down,
time for that.
like.
Well, then
Mm.
you're like, I have it in 10 words. I'll give you the 10 words. And then the reaction will be, I don't really have time. Can you put it in 2? And then you get 1 out. You're like, all right, I gotta go.
Yeah,
That's
there's a limit. If they don't care,
that's my
yeah,
experience.
yeah. If
It's
they don't,
information plus storytelling equals
yeah,
comprehension. It's a recipe.
we need the storytelling part,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So
because if they don't
Mhm.
care, no matter how much you simplify it, they're not going to care. So
Exactly.
if they don't
Yeah.
want to care.
if they don't want to
Mhm.
care, so
Yeah.
you have to get
'Cause
them.
Also,
Yeah.
I want to welcome in, I see Chris. Hello, Chris, and Sandy, and
Thinker.
Natalie, and Mansoor. Welcome, everybody. Hello, hello. If you haven't already done so, please like and retweet the space so we can get more lovely folks in. I have been trying to bring Hello Camarlo up, but it is.
I saw him up here briefly.
Yeah, it is like swiftly ejecting him often. Oh, I think he's up. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello,
Oh, hey.
everybody. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. It's a nice day here, just doing some landscaping and weeding and stuff. But yeah, I wanted to just chime in with what Kevin was saying, and I think we're all on the same page of like, man, why isn't this big money that is here to support Tezos? Like we've seen so many obvious like, wow, that's a lot of money spent on something that didn't really lead to much. There's all these things happening that are like clearly just like throw it a bone kind of thing. Like that, we're all on the same page that a little, even a little bit compared to what we see get wasted would go such a long way for the smaller independent builders here on Tezos. And I think it's super important, as Kevin was mentioning, to keep on keeping on and keeping that torch alive of like, it's, what could be done with a little bit of liquidity or, support in certain ways or whatever. I do want to mention, though, on the flip side of things, when I first came here in 2021 to this community, what attracted to me to it was like, sure, the technology and the chain, but for whatever reason, like the people that congregated around Tezos compared to other blockchains were like a fabulous group of free-thinking, independent, awesome people. And I think when it was a little bit of like a, the big thing in, NFTs, 2021, Hicket Nuke, there was like the natural feeling of like, this is new, we're all in this together. And I don't know, I guess what I'm getting at is that it seemed like, I and many other people, and it was interesting to hear the algorithm discussion earlier, because like, yeah, well, that's certainly part of it. But it seemed like right, in 2021, 22, 23, there were so many Tezos community members that had so much hope and believed, and everybody retweeted and commented and joined every single, thing that was happening on Tezos. Anybody that was doing something would, we'd all support each other. And I think that still happens, but I think as like the whole space has grown and the Tezos X vision has like an Etherlink, has grown as well, our community engagement, I feel like, has been watered down. And that's not anybody, I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, but I think also that like, as Ryan was mentioning, this is like, in this age of AI and do things more for yourself. And and it's like, wow, Tezos's biggest hope in my eyes and like biggest potential is right there. It's being different from everything else. And it's like, wow, like we
Yeah,
can
we are
actually
not that. you know, I think we
totally.
could. I think we lean into that a little more.
Yeah, and I just, every single creative grassroots project that quote unquote makes it and usually eventually just gets like exploited and kind of like fades away. That's just like, to me, that's the way like the creative world works, unfortunately. But those windows of opportunity are amazing and they can last for decades. And, amazing things can be created when people do things differently. And, even many of like the biggest corporations, whatever, computer companies, tech companies were started with these dudes in a basement. And to me, that's Tezos. We're still there in this basement and it's so like bubbling over with so many ideas. And we're all so worn down by like, wait a minute, why is all this other stuff happening that's just, it's just like, support and energy being thrown away and attention being thrown away at these things that don't go anywhere. I guess, yeah, what I'm saying is I still believe that we have the coolest community online that I've ever experienced. And I think, all these initiatives, we should really double down on like supporting each other and making ourselves be seen and making ourselves be, like a niche, unique, creative thing that when outsiders come and see us, normies, they're like, holy moly, this is so different than any other blockchain I've ever seen. This is like real. This is the energy that like brought us all in whenever we came in. So that's my 2 cents. Love all you guys and excited to keep on keeping on, making all this stuff happen.
Hey,
Appreciate you. Hello.
thanks, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what you were saying, like one of the best part, whether it was by design or just like coincidental, Rafael Lima, when he started Ikitnunk, like the best thing about it was how it was a very open platform and anybody could just sign up and use it. But it was, oh, Ryan, can you mute your
Oh,
thing?
sorry.
It's making a noise. Thanks. Um, so it was like he didn't do any kind of centralized promotion. He didn't organize anything. It was none of that. And so it was really just by omission of that, it really became everybody's platform and there was a sense of ownership that everyone had in it. And so like what grew it so fast were these onboarding rooms that people were starting on Clubhouse and where people were just like, and everyone, like, you had all these people, like artists, collectors, they were new to Web3, they were new to these kinds of wallets, and something like your money is a really critical thing to move around, but people felt comfortable when they heard someone's voice guide someone else through it, and then they did it, and then they would go and they would teach others, and then people would just hold like little like Ikitnunk like hen parties and whatever, where you would just say like the number of your object, and then everyone would just share with each other and that kind of thing. But if there had been a centralized effort to host rooms, to host like marketing or anything like that, that would have really dissipated. Like there wouldn't have been that sense of ownership. People wouldn't have felt the same kind of like self-starting initiative to get it going. I can't really describe. It's hard to describe like what that felt like, but it was but there really is something to that where you really feel that sense of ownership. Um, and so I think when people started to feel alienated in that regard was when they started to see some centralized efforts coming from, well, it was like an older, like a marketing firm that came later that was, what was it called? Um, Blockhouse. And then they started to make like these kind of lavish events with like, I don't know, this fancy looking, what was it, a bull with all the Tezos stickers around it. And like, it looked kind of lavish. They brought in these big artists. They weren't really Tezos artists. And it just kind of, it was the exact opposite of the vibe that had been established for the community, but it was an attempt to try and say like, yeah, NFTs, art, we're embracing it, here's how we're doing it. It's like, no, you totally missed the mark.
It's a
It's
different
not just about
crowd,
being,
right?
well,
Yeah.
being active. So there is a reflection of that, like also when in Tezos as a whole, when you start to see pro- projects, initiatives, marketing, and strategy in general, not being built up by the community based on where it is organically coming from these kind of independent initiatives and people supporting it, but what is more vertically integrated and more centralized. And then it's like, here's what we made. Take a spoon and put it in your mouth. And it's like, no, like it's kind of just like he's taking these kind of big gambles that this is what people want, but it also um, it kind of it just makes others feel more disillusioned and feeling like they don't have that sense of ownership within Tezos as they once had in the past to be able to build these products, put it out there, and be on equal footing with anybody else. So, what we want to see from the support rails are just that, like for these entities that maybe are making these centralized type projects to really be support rails for the community, which might not always be the most polished projects, which might have problems, maybe big structural problems and things to improve. Maybe most will fail. In fact, statistically, most will fail. But it's not about finding the winners. It's just about supporting what is organic and from the ground up and cultivating that spirit so that more will participate and iterate from where others have come. And then you will see churning up are like wonderful, great things, like really like massive hits that just like hit it out of the park. Like that's how you build a self-sufficient like growth ecosystem. Otherwise it discourages that, and it keeps it very small and dependent, and reinforcing dependency on sort of a singular central planning. So just basic, like, I guess, free market economics, but you know
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
we need to get back to that, or at the very least um, what I've been saying, which is to really partition that so that it's not like you go to the Tezos account and all you see are promotions of this one very specific project and not other things. It's like, well,
Yeah.
don't they have their own accounts? Or okay, fine, promote this, but shouldn't everything else be promoted equally? That kind of stuff. And likewise, Etherlink too. I mean, it's like there was a big kind of I think there were elements of the Etherlink promotional stuff that it's like, okay, this is good, but this should have been applied to the Mickelson stuff. Why is it happening for the Solidity? I mean, that was supposed to be a pull approach in which it was just supposed to be coming out of the woodwork without us having to do much. Where stuff needs to get done is for the Mickelson. So why don't we apply that here? So we really need, that's what we also need, like Mickelson as a language, like just Tezos native stuff as an ecosystem. That is part of like our independent special thing. We control this language. We can develop it with protocol upgrades. We can't. We don't have control over Solidity. We don't have control over
Mhm.
that. We have to follow what they're doing. So it's part of our mark and our footprint and our ability to optimize from what we've seen. Like that's our future. We should be looking at Solidity as legacy. That's a legacy language. Why would you want that? And so we should really have. So that's where the hackathons should be. That's where the accelerators should be. That's where we should have a true Mickelson renaissance. Instead of what's like, well, this is the majority, so why aren't we just doing that? Anyone who says that, they're not from Tezos. You know, they're
Yeah.
like they didn't come from Tezos. They don't get it.
Well, this kind of
It's a job.
ties into the people I've been meeting lately. People who have left, right? And when I say politics, I'm really talking about like the centralized places trying to pick winners, right? And
Mhm.
that's something like that we're very aware of at Teia, because sometimes we get asked to do curations, right? And we're always thinking about fairness and trying to give everyone like an equal voice, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the thing that people have fond memories of Hen because back then it really was just a free for all. Everyone was kind of just doing their thing. No one was trying to,
Yeah, everybody's voice was considered
yeah,
in the chaos of the formation of it all, right?
yeah,
And that's one of those things too with like with decentralized movements. Like I take reference to mutual aid networks as like how that functions IRL, is that the people who are involved are self-motivated and self-directed for the most part. And sometimes like people don't necessarily have a certain skill and they need to lean on each other for that, but it is generally decentralized in
Yep.
that. And where the intention and the labor and the drive is where that blooms. But often you'll see within IRL spaces, when a mutual aid network springs up, then there's some attempt often to like within like a competition frame to like take on that niche and then pour money into it and outcompete that mutual aid network. But what ends up happening is that the mutual aid network may dwindle for a bit, but it will reemerge again because the thing that was propped up, not by drive and intention, but by funding, will fail.
Yeah, yeah.
Some form
And
or fashion, or
it's
pivot to like
extremely risky.
a niche product instead of what
Yeah.
what drew a lot of us into Tezos in the first place, at least in my mind, was that like everybody could come and contribute what they wanted to, and we could build like a
Yeah.
mycelial network as one. All of us doing our different tracks, a diversity of tactics, but still with the core goal of like collaboratively moving everything forward together. And I do feel like there's still room for that. Obviously, people have other concerns IRL, like needing a wage in order to feed themselves and house themselves and all of that. But there's still folks here who put their 100% of their drive into this because it's something that they truly believe in. And we just need to remember to nurture those who do have that passion for Tezos instead of maligning them.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. And like most people like have the vision for the thing, but if they're not receiving support for said vision, that's a really deep blow. And so the vision pivots to something else, right? So, but I do want to start to cover, also, hello, Pong, hello. I want to start to cover the topic of focus of today, which we still haven't gotten to.
Oh yeah, you're right. We have important things. Well, just real quick. So like,
yeah.
Because I think it is really important to talk about, because this is the pattern I've noticed in tech, and this has happened even before crypto. But like when we're talking about like not picking winners, right? We're like, the best thing a lot of these places can do is really support the infrastructure around NFTs or artists doing their work. Like picking winners is very risky because you don't who knows who's gonna be the next big thing, right? Like a lot of people think like it's an ego thing, like thinking like, oh, I know what the next big, this is the next big thing in art, and like nobody knows, right? like who knows what's so like I think that the interesting thing is that I feel like Tezos does this very well in their infrastructure. And if you look at their budget, they have a very sizable allocation to what's just labeled as infrastructure, whatever that means, right? Like, in the same way, like I've always felt like if the tech industry treated every artist like a startup, You know, they use the same methods and the methods of financing to give artists that kind of, because artists are entrepreneurs and we should treat them the same way. If they just treated artists in the same way that they do with their startup founders, I think things would work out, but it's this weird thing that happens when, because they're not familiar with how things work in the art world, they have this idea that, I don't know, I feel like a lot of tech people are just kind of living out their fantasies, like, you know what I mean? Because like they're stuck doing all this boring coding shit, and then like, this is my chance to have fun, and so like NFTs was like their outlet, and then I can, so.
Well, there's also like the assumption that you can shortcut your way to success and profitability.
Yeah.
And I feel like within corporate structure, that's like the go-to. It's like, this is why you see, a bunch of startups that get absorbed by larger corporations.
Yeah.
Because they're not really looking to innovate, because what their core focus is now is about profitability and shareholders and things like that.
My thing was like, if you treated artists with the same kind of respect and diligence that you do how you vet startup founders, like this shit can work, but we're not quite there yet, like they see it as separate, but it's actually not. So anyway, that was kind of my point. We should work on
So I'm going to begin the coverage.
Okay.
Oh, our link is no longer available, Stroke? It says anyway. I don't know if that's true. Maybe it's just a glitch. Anyway, pivoting drastically. Teia community received a grant from Tezos Foundation of $30,000, which is coming in batches. We currently have 10,000 USD for our first batch, and after we complete our tasks and undergo review in the summertime, we'll get another batch, and similarly at the end of the year, we'll get another batch of that funding. That funding is going towards microfunding of teia community projects, community events for our lovely ecosystem. We encourage everyone to apply. The application form is now open. If you have an idea for an event to promote Tezos or teia or the artists within, and support them, please apply with your thoughts and ideas. This is not funding for personal projects. This is not funding for your next release. This is funding for events that will provide room for many in the community to expand and promote their work, or to gather together and work on something together. If you have an idea, please fill out the form. You have until the 30th. That is our soft cutoff line.
Okay.
Yeah. For the projects that will take place between now and July, that is our cutoff date. You can still apply if you have a project idea that will take place between August and December. There are many fields within that form for you to fill out.
No rush.
Yes.
No rush.
There are more fields for you to fill out, such as including a budget breakdown, your audience, where you plan to host this. Is it virtual? Is it online? Is it hybrid? Is it in real life? Teia will help facilitate. We have a requirement for our goals so that we can continue to get more funding. We need to have 3 IRL events and 4 virtual events. Um, so if you have an idea, put it forward, drop it into the form. We would love to see it. You will also need a Teia core team member, a voting member, to sponsor your proposal idea, to bring it to the core team multisig, to then be voted on. That vote needs to reach quorum for funds to be distributed. Do not apply expecting endless funds because they are not there. It will be modest funding to help support the event, some of the funding costs that may be associated with it.
Partial funding for most people.
Yes.
I would think. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Labor is not included, so do not include that in your budget. It is things like if you need to rent a projector or a screen or an event venue or,
Publishing costs.
something along those lines.
Yeah.
Publishing costs. Things like
that.
this. Yes. So if you have an idea, please check it out. You can also share this with a friend. There is a post in the comment section from the Teia community. It's also the Teia community pinned post on this app. And there's the link to the form for you to submit your proposal. There is also a requirement for IRL events to have at least 50 attendees, and the minimum required attendance for virtual events is 100 attendees. So keep that in mind as well. Equity deserving focused proposals are encouraged but not required. So those equity deserving groups are women and non-binary, racialized, 2S LGBTQIA+, Global South, and KIND, aka CIND, which is chronically ill, immunocompromised, neurodivergent, and disabled. These communities are algorithmically and otherwise systemically punished for existing. So if we can support them, amazing. But again, not required for your proposal. Just perhaps consider it and think about it in ways that you might be able to reach out to those communities and support them better. Teia, as I'm sure everybody is tired of hearing me say, is volunteer powered. So if you would like to volunteer, maybe you don't have your own idea that you think would resonate or something. I still recommend that you still fill out the form anyway, because you never know. But say you want to participate in helping to organize some of these events, you can volunteer. Teia is fully volunteer powered. You can volunteer for Teia specifically or for some of these events if they vibe with you. If you're like, you know what, this is an amazing idea, I would like to get involved, you certainly can. So very excited to see what everybody comes up with. The potential for there to be proposals that are similar or going to be in like a very close location to one another around the same time. Maybe we combine those ideas. Maybe we can combine those teams who are interested in creating that, and then therefore we're not duplicating labor unnecessarily. That's also a potential. So you must also keep in mind the community code of conduct and the terms of service and terms and conditions of Teia. And you can find out more about that on wiki.teia.art. But yes, reminder once again that the first batch deadline is April 30th. So you've got 2 days. 2 days.
Yes, but there'll be more opportunities later. So this is just part 1 of 3. So
yes.
Yeah, there's a few people who wanted to apply, but they're like, I have to give it some thought. But but yeah, no rush. Yep.
So
I've seen there's some of the responses, and we have quite a few to go through. So
it's exciting.
Wanted to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we're keeping all of the application ideas private for the time being.
Yeah, we're not.
As requested.
But
so we will be reviewing this internally. I will try my best to make spark notes. I'm going to be calling a meeting Everybody
Okay.
prepare yourself.
Okay, so we're gonna because there's a lot of details we need to figure out, and
Exactly. And
one person asked about the proposal itself, the one that goes on the multi-sig, you know, and I think we might have to come up with a template of some sort to help them out.
so it's not the responsibility of the person who's applying to make the proposal. It is the responsibility of the multi-sig sponsor
The sponsor.
to make some.
Okay.
Yes, it's not their job. It's not the job of the applicant. It's the job of their sponsor
right.
to do that. So I'm sure I can probably make a template to make it easier for everybody internally. But yeah, that's not
actually,
the.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
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 Because if they're going to take on this, okay, I better be careful who I say yes to. Oh no, more work. But
Exactly.
yeah, but we're probably gonna use like merchants. Merchant did
Yeah,
a very good
Merchant.
job.
They made a really good template the last
Yeah,
time, and
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like it's
Just a little-
comprehensive enough but simplified enough that it's not too
Yeah.
convoluted, and takes like 3 days to read, but is good in summary and then has reference material elsewhere.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Yeah, there's so some of the artists are getting a little anxious about how this whole thing works, you know. So,
yeah.
but I think once we do it a few times, it'll make more sense, you know. Just see
Yep.
how it's done, and
Well, and we have the need this time to like do a pseudo funnel for the process. Usually it's just somebody being like, hey, this is a cool idea, and people in Teia
Yeah.
are like, it is, let's do this, and then they work on it when they are able to, and not with the
Yeah.
time crunch and the requirements
it's
that
a bit,
we're now
it's a bit tricky because we have to split the money that we have with
Yes.
the current batch of applicants, right? And so
Exactly.
that's a meeting thing. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and we might, based on the proposal, we may reach out to the applicant and be like, okay, like this and this and this is solid, but this is not feasible, or this is out of scope, or this does not align with the this or that.
And for
and then
the-
provide feedback like we do when we organize any type of event. We provide feedback for adjustment potential in there so that it will actually do the thing. that we want.
So this is how it's going to work, right? Just to reiterate. So the proposal, which is drafted by one of the multi-sig members, they're going to create a text proposal, right, with all the information on it. And then people are going to vote on it. If it passes, then we do another vote on the distribution of the funds. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
once we have all of the proposed ideas prepared, then preliminary voting takes place. And then of that, like after that, it is an executable vote for funding dispersal.
So it should just be, it should be, confirmed, right? Because we have to split it up. And then, but in case there's something with the proposal, maybe it doesn't pass, then we're going to have to talk about like, oh, why did it not pass? You need to make some adjustments here, right? It gives like a room to make amends or revise.
Yeah, and so that's part of that proposal process. And with the sponsor being an advocate, it's the sponsor's responsibility as well to make the proposal, but to also to guide the applicant in how to make sure that all of the needs and things are met.
Revisions.
And
right?
And not to say that if your proposal is not selected does not mean it was a bad idea. I want to firmly state that for everybody. It's that we have limited funds and we want to make sure that we're able to disperse those funds appropriately, and you may be able to reapply for the second batch.
Yeah.
Or you may find, which is how we functioned until now, that people are just like, you know what, let's just make this happen anyway.
Yeah. I
Right.
mean, at the end of the day, it
So,
really is about the vote, right? But
yeah.
just to give people an idea, we have current cycle. We have 10 grand to work with, US dollars,
Yep.
and we have over 10 applicants already. So
Yeah.
we're going to
And we need a minimum of need a minimum of 3 IRL events and 4 virtual events. And then we will have another
Yeah.
batch in the fall. I know that there's at least one of those proposals that is
I
geared towards the fall.
I think what's going to happen is that we cannot provide full funding for everyone,
Yeah.
just like mathematically. So we may decide to vote on an amount that this is how much we can give you, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to crunch
Like
said numbers.
maybe they'll send a budget for like 2,000, and we'll say, well, we can give you 750. Yeah, something like that. And so
Yeah.
I just want to say it because if you don't get the full amount, it's nothing personal. We just we're running on very
Limited resources.
limited budget, and has nothing to
That
do
needs to be spread across. And like it doesn't, maybe your project is only in need of like 200 USD.
maybe.
Amazing. That would be fabulous.
So we're gonna have to go through all of that, and hopefully
Exactly.
it won't be too stressful. But
I'm telling you right now, it will be on our end, but
yeah.
like don't have delusions that it's not going to be, Ryan.
Aw, come on, let me dream.
No. But we're gonna try and do our best to make it as smooth as possible for the applicants, but they don't have to
I'm
worry.
confident.
All they can concentrate on is the
I'm
event
confident
planning
that with
itself.
the team we have, it's not going to be that bad.
Yeah, I know.
But
It's more logistic, more
yeah,
logistics.
but we're keeping
related.
people's expectations in check, like we're doing right now. Modest funding. We're gonna
Modest
We're
funding.
gonna be as fair as possible, and and even if
And
even if you don't get the full amount, you still get the support of the community and the
Exactly.
infrastructure of the Tezos, the ecosystem. So
Yep. The main goal is to enable community members
Yeah.
to start something interesting and share that with the community
yeah,
and support one another through the process. And it will be. This is our test run, everyone.
it is a test. It's
In real time.
Just
beta
a
test.
reminder that this is a big experiment for us too. This is the first time this has ever happened ever in any
Yeah.
context. So
Yeah.
in a way, you're already part of history. So you might consider applying even just for $5. I would be
I
like,
want to start a minting event. on
I want
Tezos.
that on my resume. Like, damn, I got.
Well, and you could think of things like even fundraisers. Fundraisers
Yeah.
are a great example.
I got funded by a nonprofit. Doesn't that sound impressive? Wow. So, we are a nonprofit.
Or if you want to develop a new skill set as a volunteer, like again, say you don't have an idea that you feel that you want to manage yourself, but you want to volunteer your time and your skills to help make some of these events a reality, let us know. We
My
can pair you up
project
with
got
folks.
funded by the Tezos Foundation. Wow.
No.
How
They
much?
got funded from Teia.
Okay. Well, people are going to say what to say, but you got legitimately funded by a.
We got funded by we received a grant from the Tezos
I know.
Foundation, and then folks subsequently have received funding for their event project.
Yes. Well, didn't we talk about not to overcomplicate things? But it is true. But
Yes.
But no. But seriously,
Definitions are important.
Seriously though, but it's and we're just see it as a trial run. You know, there are some expectations, but they're not really that strict, and it's really not that bad. You know, there's not that many strings, and so
Mm-hmm.
what we're really looking for is just this to be a positive experience for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And if things feel good, you know, we can do it again, and then maybe we'll get
Smoother the second time around.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
we'll have a plan.
yeah, yeah. like some people coming up to me like, why? What do I do about this? Like, how those things work? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, give me a sec. Let me talk to Mal. Yeah. That's literally what I said last week. You know, but
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I'm already in touch with some of the artists, and they're like looking for direction. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
we are
Well, and
figuring that
this is
out.
also going to be part of the experiment. Is Mal might not have internet for a little while.
Oh no, we're all dead. Help.
The brain bank of Tezos is going to be offline.
Yeah, I
Oh
know.
my god, I dread those days.
Oh, hey, Tan
Hi,
Tan.
Tan Tan.
Hello.
Hi. What's
You're
up?
not gonna have internet? I'm hearing about this the first time.
It's a
Yeah.
potential. I'm living in the
Uh,
delusion that that's not going to be the case, but
Are you in your trailer yet? Not yet.
no.
Okay. Still.
2 more weeks,
Oof.
and then it'll be a month-long endeavor.
Yeah. Well, we'll try to hold things together, but please come back soon.
Yeah. Well, what I'll probably end up doing is going and walking over to the property line and borrowing internet. So if it's a rainy day, I might not be as
Oh,
frequent to
that's
check
so well. I'm gonna go close to
Borrow
my
some internet from my
borrow
neighbors.
for your neighbor.
in. Yeah.
Oh
Exactly.
man.
Yeah, I got to get the satellite dish removed from the top of my roof
Yeah.
because Tan, what's up? Hi.
oh, I'm sorry. No, I just came here to say hi.
Hi.
Hey, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
You still playing Arc Raiders?
No, I'm tired of that garbage collection to make
Wow.
garbage game. No.
Wow, that
Yeah,
was a
collecting garbage to make more garbage.
180.
Exactly.
From
That's what I've been
last time we
calling.
spoke. You were like, "Oh, this garbage is great," you know, and like, what happened?
Dopamine wore off.
Uh,
I got all the dopamine now. When I collect garbage, I'm like, meh. I
meh,
already got this
I'm
garbage.
so over this garbage.
Well, we
Exactly.
have been doing night raids, and you seem to enjoy those though,
Okay.
because there's like extra
That
threat.
has some
Well, we need
Yeah.
to
dopamine.
move on to a different game then. Sounds like.
I'm playing mahjong again.
Oh, old
It's
school.
oh my god,
Going
it's
back
so
to the
good.
roots, huh?
To the roots, mahjong soul. It's called Richi mahjong, the Japanese version of mahjong. It's very good. I have a fucking presentation
I know
prepared
about
for
your
everyone.
PowerPoints. Yes.
If anyone wants to
Yeah.
get
I
into
want to
it.
see it.
Tan's onboarding people onto
I would
Richi
like
Mahjong.
to observe that presentation at one point.
It's very good. Oh, dude, yesterday, I showed it to the big convoys, the
Mm-hmm.
presentation. It was
Mm-hmm.
interesting. They,
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't say this. This is recorded. I can't say
Yeah.
shit like that.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
don't.
you can.
I will live stream your presentation if you want to
Okay,
do
okay.
that.
I don't mind.
A little incentive.
Whenever
Yeah.
you want, whenever you want to do that. Live stream me getting very excited about a game.
Yeah.
It's very good, dude. I think everyone will enjoy it. I don't know. Yeah.
No, that's what I want to see. I can tell you're clearly excited about it. So.
Oh, I have been excited for 2 years about this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at expert 1. It's kind of like chess, but like a lot of luck is involved, and it's very competitive. So
Oh,
it's
I
like,
bet.
yeah, it's like a world ranking system. I love it. I'm sorry for derailing the conversation though and talking about mahjong.
No fear. We've covered everything that we needed to talk about.
I think so.
You're good.
Yeah. Good.
Also, you and I have to hop on
Is
a
it
call
is it gambling?
Okay, so
I know there's
it's
different
not-
kinds of mahjong, but is this
Okay,
version.
no. It's not money mahjong. It's
Uh-huh.
like it's like chess.com, so it's like more about your
Chess.
ranking. Yeah.
Uh,
Like it's more about your ranking and where you are at the leaderboard. So let's say, if you
Points
lose, you
based
don't,
system.
yeah,
hmm.
point spaces rather than anything else.
Okay.
So you try, but also it's like a world ranking, right? So you have like legit, like I'm at expert one, and then I need to go to like celestial level, which is gonna be insane. But that's like kind of like grandmaster at chess
Oh, so
equivalent.
they have rankings online, just like chess.
Yeah. They have
Ah,
Hmm.
rankings online, but they also do all kinds of tournaments like offline
okay.
all over the world. So again, it's like chess, right? So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah,
like
yeah.
grandmasters that are recognized by the world,
Man.
and they're very good. So you have like celestials, the rank celestial, which means you're kind of insane. You're like, yeah. So
What's your rank?
expert one, we're far away.
Okay, I don't even know what
We're
that
far
means, but
away from. it's
it's like
it's
kind of
like
like my rank
intermediate.
on Overwatch, which is like nothing, you know.
It's like you're in the middle of
Okay,
Yeah.
like trying to like
okay.
rank
Oh
up. It's
yeah, I'm
like
I'm in the middle too for my thing. Okay.
it's okay. Yeah, you're
Do
trying
you
to
do you
rank
are
up.
you do you
Right?
have dreams of
Oh yeah,
becoming a
dude. Oh,
grandmaster?
oh,
Okay.
so much dreams, so many dreams.
Okay, well, I don't care about my rank, but okay,
So
you're
I
competitive
do.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I care a lot. Like when I was playing Ark, you know how I was playing Ark. I was
Mm-hmm.
shooting everyone.
Yeah,
I was
no.
trying to make
I
It's
know.
maps
like two
like
minutes
hell.
left in the round, and Tantan's like giggling, and you're like, what? And then you hear a Rocketeer because she's shot it in the face, and
Yeah.
then we're running for our lives. Yes.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
that's not how I play Mahjong. I'm very, very strategic. I don't
I've
go
never
around.
seen you play, so I'd like to see that one of these days.
Ryan's
But you're
like,
like the I don't know, at least the way you play video games, you're like the trickster god.
exactly.
Trickster
I
god
know.
of Mahjong.
Accurate. Accurate.
It is true. I set
You're
up
not
a bit like
evil, but
plans.
you're kind
I
of
try to be. That's an
mischievous.
insult.
That's you
Yeah.
try to, but you don't accomplish that very well. I'm sorry. You're still a good person. Sorry.
I don't
So,
like it. I
but
don't
you
like it.
try.
Chaotic neutral,
Yeah,
aiming to
yeah.
be chaotic evil. That's where we're
Yes.
at.
So
Yeah.
I'm interested in seeing like how that translates into like a very
Oh,
traditional game like mahjong. You
it is.
know.
It is, but it's like very like the actual website where you play it. It's
Hmm.
called Mahjong Soul. It's free. You can play it
Okay.
on Steam or like online, but they do a very good job. So you have skins like for your characters and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But like it doesn't affect the actual gameplay. So the gameplay is just
Oh,
like,
right, right,
how
right.
you think and everything. But there are certain like game mechanics which is like different from the game that even makes you more interested, like the skins and stuff,
Skins.
which
Oh yeah, they're like it's like a video game. Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
it, it is, but like you'll know like when you see it. I
Right.
might play it. I usually play it, so and get my
Hmm.
ass kicked
You
sometimes,
ever
but
live stream that? You
I
played mahjong?
did.
Yeah, you
I
did a few
did.
times.
Okay.
I
Yep.
did.
Hey,
You can
yeah,
find her at Tantan's Reality on Twitch if you
yeah.
want.
Post a link to a video.
I
Say,
have it. I did live stream on Twitter too.
Hmm.
Um, did I play? Oh, here it is. It's here.
yeah, just
There
add
you
it to
go.
the thread.
How
Be
Yeah,
to
fun.
put it in the
undo?
comment section.
Okay, put it in the comment section. Putting it in. It's
Yeah, I
very.
tried to get into poker. I went to like a poker event like some months ago,
Yeah.
and for a little while I was trying, but I just couldn't. Like
You love this, then. You'll love
TTC,
this.
TTC. They do poker events, right? Like every.
Right. I know.
I
Please
tried,
confirm.
but it's hard to get
Is it
into.
very hard? I know someone else that did that too. That does like
Well,
poker
it just
events.
takes a lot of concentration that I don't have. You know?
I think you love mahjong.
Okay.
You absolutely. It does require. It's not that hard, right, Mal? I think you would
Hmm.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because I started with an intense game where I lost $100, you know,
Oh,
in a
you don't play.
casino, you know, and
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't know what I'm
not for
doing, and I just lost a
not
bunch of
for
money, you know, like,
not for money in this case, more for cred.
Yeah, more for
yeah.
cred, and but it makes your heart race. It's like
Oh,
it's insane. It's
really?
like people are so evil in this game sometimes. It's wild. It's wild.
That's the whole point of poker too. Your goal is to
Exactly.
screw over the other person, you know, quite literally,
That
right?
right. Exactly this, but it's like you feel like an anime character because you have discards. Like each person does discards. So there's like different types of mahjong, right? You have the
Man,
Chinese
you're really
version of
talking this
mahjong.
up. Jeez.
No, you don't even know what you've started here,
You're
Ryan.
gonna feel like a superhero when you play this game. I'm like, what?
No,
Oh,
but
no
you do. You
way.
feel like an anime character because you're trying to analyze other people's hands by what
Yeah.
they're discarding, and like it's just crazy. I can't talk about
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Okay? Let's not go there. But yeah, if anyone wants to play, let me know. DM me. I'm always
Sure.
open to play.
Mm,
Hmm.
is there a time? A good time?
Mm. Oh yeah. I just play it randomly when I'm like
Yeah.
tired. But yeah, whenever you want,
It's
just
hard.
DM
I've
me.
been trying to follow you guys, so like,
Yeah.
but
I have been.
it's like, oh, when do you play? Oh, randomly. And I'm like,
No,
I
with
can't plan for
mahjong.
that, you know.
Okay, how about this? Whenever you're free, I'll just open a stream.
No,
Okay.
that's too much. Just set a time, and I will show up or not. That's kind of.
Okay. I don't
Yeah,
genuinely.
asking her to set a time is
Oh,
like
That's what I
an
also
figured.
impossible
recently
task.
it's been a bit insane. I've been pulling all-nighters when I'm
I
like,
No.
know. Did you actually sleep for one?
I did sleep, but not that much, like 4 or 5 hours.
Okay,
Then I went
but
to
That's
either
sleep.
way
well, that's something at
though,
least.
when you play, you're gonna be in Discord, right?
Yeah, exactly,
So
exactly.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Maybe I'll take a look once in a
That's
while.
what I'm saying. Just DM me. We'll just hop on for a Discord where I'll just
Sure,
give you a presentation,
sure,
and
sure.
then
Okay. Yeah, you know, I sometimes
exactly.
I am live
Yeah.
streaming, so
They.
maybe we can make some fun content. Who knows?
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Me
Just the
cursing.
way you are, you know.
Oh my God. What do you mean?
You
What
know,
do
that's all you
you
need.
mean?
Just,
You're clippable, Tam Tam.
yeah,
That's
just Tan
that's the
Tan playing
message.
mahjong, being herself, and you know,
Oh my God.
right?
Shaking her fist at the sky because
Yeah,
she
that's
didn't get the
probably
Ricci.
be
Somebody
entertaining
stole
enough.
her tile and called pawn and no Doras.
No,
Yeah,
Doras.
I've been
I
just
know.
kind of live streaming randomly too. So I'm like,
Oh,
but I'm like
what
up.
have you been streaming?
Well,
Games?
I used to do a lot more in the past, but I kind of got burnt out. So mainly just like I'm live streaming right now,
Hmm.
but Twitter just another avenue for promoting Twitter
Right.
Spaces.
Right.
Yeah,
I
so
agree.
Tuesdays and sometimes Fridays when
Hmm.
Mal is streaming. So,
Yep.
but otherwise, you know, I'm up for anything. It's no, I'm just doing it for fun at this point.
Hmm.
I think that's the way to go because it's very almost hard to build like something but like significant, I feel. But when I played with
Mm-hmm.
Mal, Nifty, and you and like a lot of other people, it was very fun. We
Yeah,
were just I
Yeah,
was
you got to
just
retain the fun
but it's
because as
you
soon as
have to
it
be
feels like work,
consistent.
then it's your
Yeah,
brain changes in how it's
exactly
perceiving
like when
information.
sometimes I play like when I lose very badly in Mahjong, I'll be like, okay, let's just play the garbage collection. So I'll play it. I'll play it. And then I'm like, okay, I'm just back to work. Work is better than garbage collection because feels like, what am I even doing? Sometimes I'm just waiting for someone to kill me so I feel something.
No,
You
you
know?
gotta know when to quit. Like even people, a lot of people they play video games and then they're playing even though they're not having fun anymore. And I'm like, dude, just stop. Like, come on. You're defeating the whole point of why you're doing this. Like,
I agree. I think at one point I was like that with mahjong, where I was like being very like very obsessed, but every loss felt very personal. It was a hit to my ego, and at that
wow, okay,
point,
yeah.
I like, it's like, oh my god, I'm so dumb, and like, I'm not intelligent. The fuck I was doing, all these like very negative thoughts. Then
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
I had to. But I also need to remember, like, video games, they're just for playing and having fun, right? Like, I'm not making like a professional mahjong career out of like playing in,
That's not
underground
what you
alley.
said 5 minutes ago. See, that's a
That's the
side. That's a
goal.
side of you that can't let it go. And I get it. Like even with like Overwatch, I played a competitive ladder for a little while, and then that's where I like got my rank, so to speak, right? Mid-level platinum, whatever. And it's like, man, like some of the people you meet in there, they're like, they get so toxic, and they're like, why do you care so much? Like,
But
what's at stake?
okay,
Like
the
really,
thing,
what's at stake? Like, I don't
the
know.
dopamine, the dopamine is
Yeah.
at stake because like when you win, you get like this weird high, like you're invincible.
No,
I know
it's
I
true.
sound like a junkie,
Yeah.
but but then when you lose, it's just, yeah,
Like,
it's
I am
very
the worst person
invincible.
in the universe, and I don't deserve to be here. And
That's like how sometimes with arc raiders when you do PvP,
uh
now
huh.
that is very toxic. I don't
Oh
I don't
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But in mahjong, oh my god, I love fucking people over. Like it's just so it's
See what
just
I
so
mean?
fun.
Just get her just talking about anything. Come on. So,
It's true. But I think I might be closing us up because I got to get some food in me. And
yes.
you and I, Tan, need to hop on a call.
Yes.
Um, yes. And I want to thank everybody who's been hanging out here. I see we also now have Fendel and Planet X. Welcome, welcome.
Hey.
If you haven't done so already, please like and retweet the space so that more lovely folks are able to listen back and learn about all of the things that we discussed today. I appreciate you all very much for being here. Reminder that I am streaming on Twitch on Fridays between 5 and 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where I'm currently playing Majora's Mask Zelda on N64 console and streaming that directly to your own screens. So if you would like to join, please do. I would love to see you there. See you hanging out in the chat with me. And this space will return next week, same place, same time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time for Tezos Tea Tuesday, episode 65. Reminder to everybody to fill out the application form for the funding through Teia Community Event Project form. So please do that. Share that with a friend.
First
And
round due in 2 days. The 30th.
yeah, 2 days.
Yes.
2 days. So if you have things to share about goings on, events, tools, or whatever in this lovely ecosystem of ours, you can add it into the comments or you can send it to me, tag me, whatever. Let me know about it because the algo does not do us any favors, as we learned earlier. So that I can share that with the ecosystem in any way I can. And what else? I think that's pretty much everything. I want to get final thoughts from Ryan. What are your final thoughts before we close up?
Hey, Fendo, I've been feeding my plant ice cubes just as a treat.
Mm-hmm.
And Hope
Smart.
that's okay. That's it. Okay, that's
That's
it.
your
See you next week.
Excellent.
Bye.
Excellent. I like this final thought. Tan, do you have any final thoughts before we close up?
No, thank you for letting me up. I see Stroke and Nifty in the listeners, so it's been a minute. I want to say hi to them. But thank you for letting me up and talking about just crap. So thank you.
Mhm.
Appreciate it.
Mhm. Also, I want to say hi to the Metamuse and MK and WX8BK's The Night Train with Bits and One Wheel Willie, the two hosts with the most. Go check out, I think they might have a space tonight. Go check out their profile. Set your reminder. Go hang out. It's a wonderful time. And reminder again, the Tezos Artist Network is beginning migration because Communities is being sunsetted, the Communities feature. So keep an eye out on that account for more updates. And yeah, you are all treasures. I appreciate you all very much for taking the time today to come and hang out and to learn and to share and all of the goodness. And with that, this is your reminder to drink some water, to move your body in a way that you can, and to take time to rest, because rest is valuable and an important and necessary part of creativity. Be safe, be well, be kind, be you, because there is no one else like you, and you are a needed part of all. Thank you so much for being here, everybody, and I will catch you again soon. Oh, wait. First Rain! You're still up on stage. I didn't see you. I closed it and opened it. First Rain, do you have any final thoughts?
Oh my God. Cancel now. Please.
Yeah,
This
cancel
is
me.
time.
Cancel me. She's so excited for the potential for me being canceled because I've been trying to cancel her for years. Can-Tan 2026, everyone. There's still time. We could save the world. First Rain, do you have any final thoughts before we close up? Oh,
She's mad now. You better be apologizing.
it's
Yeah,
true.
you've done it
Better
now.
apologize.
Well,
You've
I don't
done
know
it.
if because X is showing me like a random batch of
Excuses.
folks.
Oh no,
Excuses.
my spaces
Crazy.
have been blinking this whole time, by the way.
Yeah.
So.
The last time I did a space, I couldn't even see myself in here. So
It's okay.
yeah.
There's always
Well,
next time.
reminder, folks, the Tezos town hall as well will be taking place in 2 days. You can join the Discord. Go to First Rain's profile, look at the pinned tweet, and join the Discord over there and join the Tezos town hall. Come and chat with us about wonderful things. Anyway, okay. I'll catch everybody soon. Bye.
All right. Well,